at the count of 3.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another session of Moneyfy Mantra, a webinar series where we talk to various industry experts about various aspects of personal finance and some interesting investment products as well. And I'm Gaurav, your host for today's session. Just to introduce Moneyfy app first, Tata Capital Moneyfy is a complete investment app which enables all our customers to plan their investment, insurance, financing needs. And we also have some other interesting products like corporate fixed deposits and NPS to offer complete financial solutions. Also, we recently introduced direct equity investing through Smallcase, which is apparently the topic for today as well. So please download our app and start your investment journey through Moneyfy. And in the last webinar, we had discussed about hybrid funds, and we have been talking, about mostly mutual funds in some of our previous webinars. But today we are going to talk about direct equity and direct equity investing through Smallcase. And to talk on the same, we have Ms. Pavana with us today. She's a senior marketing manager at Smallcase, and she comes with more than 7 years of professional experience in marketing. She holds a marketing degree in communication and joined Smallcase in 2019. So Pavna, a warm welcome to you on Moneyfy Mantra, and it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
So
it's a pleasure.
Yeah. So while Pavna will talk about Smallcase offering, I will request all our viewers to post their questions in the chat window, and we'll take up these questions towards the end of the session. So Pavna, over to you.
Thanks. Thank you so much. So I'm happy to be here to explain about Smallcases, which has recently gone live on Moneyfy. Right. So like you rightly said, there are a lot of different products and there are a lot of different financial solutions for the users. And we are going to talk today about the most recent product which was launched on Moneyfy, which is Smallcases. Right. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Right. So while I take you through the presentation, I request all of you to open your Moneyfy app and experience it with me. Or if you do not have the app, I request you to download it so that you can take the experience of Smallcase while I explain it to you guys, right? So, so simply speaking, Smallcases are a basket of stocks, ETFs, or REITs, right? So they are based on theme, strategy, or objective, right? And these Smallcases are ideal for long-term wealth creation. So what do I mean by a theme, strategy, or objective? Very simply, it is depending on an idea, right? Very simply put. Theme, strategy, objective are the three different bifurcations within that idea. So what do I mean by an idea again? So today we are moving towards electrification in the vehicle segments, right? A lot of companies are building electric cars, electric two-wheelers. Now, if I, as a new stock market entrant, want to figure out what companies to invest in, it's probably very difficult because there are over 1,500, 1,600 stocks on NSE alone, right? So how do I figure out what do I invest in, right? But I like the idea of these electric vehicles. I really think that, this will take us forward. So we have a small case called electric mobility for that. And this Smallcase invests in, it has companies that are moving towards this transition of electric vehicles, right? So it's not just your car and vehicle manufacturers. It also includes batteries that are required, software services that are required, right? All of this is added by a research professional in the right weightage, right? It's also important to, add companies in the right weightage in your portfolio so that you're not offsetting, anything, right? So now this is a little too high-fi when I'm thinking, for a new market entrant like myself, right? So what I would require is for somebody to handhold me, which is where Smallcases come. Now, who creates the Smallcases? They're created by SEBI registered research professionals who eat, breathe, and live the stock markets, right? So they are obviously, they're registered, they know what they're doing, and which is why they have created these small cases. Now that we have seen what are small cases and who creates them, I think it's time to see what are the differences between a regular stock that you can invest in the market today versus small cases. So obviously, you can see everything that's there in both single stocks and small cases. The things that are not available right now is that when you're investing in a single stock, they're not diversified, right? So if you're investing in, say, a Reliance today, it's just Reliance. So if something happens, then it's either going down, which means your portfolio is in red, or it's going up, which means your portfolio, it's, this or that. Versus in a small case, because it has more than two stocks or ETFs or REITs, right? Your risk is, diversified. I'm sure you've heard of this. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I think it's used pretty fairly everywhere. It's simply like that. When you're investing in a single sector or in a single company, the risk that you're assuming is a lot more compared to when you're diversifying it, across multiple sectors. It's easy to understand. When I told you electric mobility, or when I'm telling you all weather investing, or when I'm telling you rising rural demand, it's very easy for you to understand that I'm talking about investing in companies that are helping the rural companies. When I'm telling all weather investing, you have some idea that I'm talking about investing portfolio which is ideal for all weather or all market conditions, right? So it's easier to understand versus when I'm telling you like a La Opala or a stock name. It's very hard for you to relate to it unless it's a Hero or a Suzuki or a these are all large cap, very well known home brands that you know of, right? So there's a lot more than just these bigger brands, right? Which is where small case comes into place. The last part is backed by research. Obviously, when you're investing in small cases, they are created and managed by research professionals, meaning that uh, your portfolio is in the right hands, right? Versus when you're choosing single stocks on your own, you don't know how much risk you have assumed, you don't know how much how well this portfolio is going to perform, right? So that's where the difference and the similarities between single stocks and small cases come into play. Moving on, there are a few features that small cases provide apart from the ones that I've spoken about in the previous slide. One is that, when you're investing in small cases, you can check everything that is required for you to make a informed decision in one place. Meaning you can see what the performance has been. You can see all the news of the stocks that are included in it. You can check the daily change, meaning how much the portfolio has gone up or down when the market was open. And of course, you can also see the CAGR. CAGR simply means, compound annual growth rate, right? So how much of your portfolio or your small case has performed over a period of time, right? Next is systematic investment plan. I think this is a must have for any product, right? You for us as investors, we hardly have money lying around because we have so many daily needs, right? So systematic investment plan lets us consistently invest in the small case. And moreover, I think small cases itself has given this freedom or this ability for you to customize and which is basically editing or stopping your SIP, exiting your small case whenever you want, investing more if you like a particular small case, rebalancing, managing investments, so on and so forth. I'll explain all of this on the platform itself in some time. When I say invest more, what I mean is, say you like a particular small case today and you have about, say, 50,000 rupees to invest in it, right? And about 4 months, 5 months later, you think that, this still has some, growth potential, and you have some more money that you want to invest in a lump sum versus, SIP, right? So you can double down on your invested small case by investing more in it and gain more, right? Portfolio rebalance, right? So like I told, because here when I'm telling you that the small cases are managed by research professionals, what I mean is that each small case is rebalanced regularly, right? So every quarter or every year or half year or weekly or monthly, each small case has a different rebalance schedule, which is again upfront on the platform for you to see and make a decision, right? And when these frequencies, or when these time comes, the research analysts or investment advisors review the portfolio and ensure that it is following the underlying theme. For example, with the same example of electric mobility small case, say we had X company which was actively looking to enter the electric mobility or electric vehicle segment, and then they thought that maybe they do not have enough money to scale this, so they've scaled down on it, right? So for us, we wouldn't probably know which stock to add or reduce, right? So the managers will do that for you. They will reduce the weightage or increase the weightage, right? And they will ensure that you are investing in the best possible companies that track that particular idea. The last part is manage. What do I mean by manage is that tomorrow, if I feel that out of the 5 stocks that I've invested in this particular small case, one has peaked, right? According to me, because I understand markets a little more, maybe after 6-7 months, I understand a little more about markets. And I feel that this particular stock should not be there in my portfolio now because it has peaked and I want to take, benefit from selling it, right? So I can do that. So this freedom for you to sell or buy stocks on your own in a portfolio is what small cases help you, right? I have a small video presentation of where you can find small cases on the app, right? So quickly, if you do not have the app, I request you to download it, or if you already have the app, then please open Moneyfy so that you can see where this entire thing unfolds and how you can find small cases on the app. So on the main screen, you'll be able to find small cases, right? So here on the main page, and then you'll be able to click on small cases. Once you click on proceed, you'll be brought to this particular page. I'm going to give a couple of seconds for you to catch up with me, right? So, right. So now that you have logged in, on the main page under investments, next to SIP fixed deposit, you have equity basket of stocks. Once you click on it, you'll be brought to small case, and inside small case is where you'll see this particular screen. Now, within this page, you'll be able to see a lot of things. This video will help you understand more about small cases, right? And then this simply tells you how do you get started. So there are some small cases that are listed on Moneyfy. You will invest in it. So first of all, you'll choose a small case that you are okay with the idea. Then you will log in with a broker, right? You'll track and update, for maximum gains, right? So now once you're here, there's this widget which will show you all the different brokers that we have. If you do not have a account with any brokers, then we also have a place for you to open a broker account, right? We have a couple of brokers who we have tied up with. You can open an account with these brokers and start investing. So currently we have 14 brokers that you can choose from and invest, right? So here we have 8: Zerodha, 5paisa, Angel, Grow, HDFC Securities, ICICI Direct, Kotak Securities, Upstocks, and a few others on the next menu, which is Alice Blue, Access Direct, Edelweiss, IFL Securities, Motilal Oswal, and Trustline. If you do not have an account with any of these brokers, then please feel free to open an account online with this widget below, or you can open an account with any of the brokers that you like from this 14 brokers and then start investing. So once you've chosen a broker, this is how the page will look once you have logged in, right? So I'll click on discover and I'll come to this page, right? So there are different small cases to choose from. Now, I earlier I told you about different small cases that are there. Some of them I'm taking you through here. Now, today for this particular webinar, I have chosen digital inclusion as a small case, right? So what digital inclusion small case is, the idea behind which this is created is basically it includes companies that are spearheading and benefiting from digital revolution in India. So it's about all of the companies that are helping with the internet providers, right? So let's read more so that you understand, right? So internet users, government programs like Digital India aim to increase internet connectivity. Then you have affordable broadband and mobile services, optic fibers, right? So whatever you need to understand about a small case, why should you invest in it, is all listed here, right? So now we have read why should you invest in this small case. Here you have a blog that if you want to read about it, right? You have fact sheet which explains everything to you, right? Further down, you will also see a performance graph of since the small case has been live, last 1 month performance, right? So if you can see here, right, market, this is compared to equity small cap. While equity small cap has, if I had invested 100 rupees, equity small cap would have probably taken some of my money. I would be in loss, right? With 88 rupees in my hand. Digital inclusion also would be at loss, but slightly better, right? So let's look at some other timelines over here. So if you can see here, right, small equity small cap has given 96% returns, right? Whereas digital inclusion small case has given 141% returns. Or say if I had invested 10,000 in it, I would have gotten to 24,000 with digital inclusion small case versus 19,000 with equity small cap, right? So this is how you can see how the small case has performed in the past and then go forward with it. So this is with the SIP, right? So if you had invested 9,400 rupees, you would probably get 20,000 with digital inclusion, whereas with equity small cap, you would only get 16,000. Right? That's what this is indicating, so that you will get an idea of what is the best case scenario for you, with this particular small case. Now, once I click on invest now, it'll bring me to this where you can see what are the different things that you can do, right? So you can invest in one click, you can get rebalance updates and start SIP for disciplined investing. So once I am investing in this, it will connect me to a broker. In this case, I'm connected with Zerodha. So now my account is linked with my Demat account, right? So here, what is happening is this small case, the minimum amount for investing in this small case is 17,000. Why 17,000 is because all of the stocks that are there, they've given the research advisor or the research analyst has given certain weightage to it. So each stock, for example, has 15 or say 1,500 rupees, right? So all of that put together, it has given the minimum amount as 17,000. This is the current, whatever the market value of that particular stock is, it will calculate live and give you the amount. So I'm going to do a monthly SIP in the small case, and I have a little more than 17,000. I'm investing about, I think, close to 27, 28,000, right? And I can choose from this, or I can manually edit this and I can enter amount as well. So yeah, this is where it gets interesting, right? So now you're investing in all of these stocks in these quantities, which is, set by the recent research analyst, right? At these prices, you're doing all of this in one single click. So I'm investing 29,000. It has adjusted my weightage, right? And it has come to 29,000. I'm investing and I'm doing a monthly SIP in this particular small case. So I'm investing in 7 stocks in one click and in different weightage for each one of them. So the ease of investing and the ease of understanding is both there. Now, what you can see here is that monthly SIP of 5,000 rupees has started, right? And the index value of this is going to be set at 100 for easier tracking. Meaning, since the time I've invested in this, it will start from 100. So 100 se kitna zyada hua hai is what it will start showing. So, so this is this is how, easy it is for you to invest in a small case. Now I've invested 29,000, right? And the total return is about 0.04%, which is 14 rupees, right? Now, what I'm going to do is, I earlier showed you how I can manage my small case, right? I can add or remove stocks on my own. So now, before that, I will quickly show you what the performance section is showing here. The money I put in is 29,709, right? And the current investment is so the current value, that is, since the market went up slightly, is 29,724. So 14 rupees ka gain hua hai. If there are ever going to be dividends in any of the stocks that are here, it will start showing up here for you, right? And all of the dividends that you earn is going to come to your bank account. I'll explain about this in a while. So you currently hold 7 stocks. I'm going to see all of the stocks. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to click on manage stocks, right? So once I click on manage, it'll take a couple of seconds to connect, and then I can manage my small case. How? So I'm going to remove 2 stocks of, so I'm going to add a stock of Infosys, right? And I'm going to remove 2 stocks of Reliance, right? So I've added 3 stocks of Infosys here, and I've removed 2 stocks of Reliance, right? So I'm buying and selling in one go. Remember, buying and selling can only happen when the markets are open. Let's continue, right? So here I am buying 3 stocks of Infosys, and I'm selling 2 stocks of Reliance, and I'm investing right. So I'm investing some amount because of the buying and selling that is happening there, right? So two things that I've done. I've bought a small case, and I've also managed, because maybe I thought that Reliance, I don't need Reliance anymore, or I thought that Infosys is going to do better, right? So it's up to me. I have managed my small case, right? Now, after I've done the change, you can see further changes in my portfolio, right? So it was 29,000, it has now come to 30,000. And, now I'm currently showing you invest more. So I told you earlier, right? So I have some extra cash in my hand, and I think that digital inclusion small case is doing very well. We are in the right track. So I have some extra money with me, which I'm going to invest right now. So this is invest more, where I have added about 15,000 in this, right? And I'm confirming the amount. What it will do is, whatever the research analyst had suggested for this particular small case as the weightage, it will bring the closest weighting scheme, and it will invest. So investment amount is 13,000, adjusted to match weighting scheme of the original small case, right? So even if you're investing more, right, it will ensure that it is matching the original small case, right? So that that's the best case scenario for you to gain from the small case, right? So a couple of minutes, this order will get placed in 3 different types of orders, and everything there is to see about the portfolio. So under the investments section is where you can see all your investments. So if I've invested in a small case, it will show me here. If I'm exited from a small case, it will show me here. If I want to explore more small cases, it will show me here, right? So this is about small case as a platform. I really hope that, you have experienced it with me, right? Right. So we also spoke about how your dividends will be sent to your bank account. So I'm going to talk a little more about different things that you can do with small cases, right? So it's hassle-free, because you have to discover, choose, log in, and invest, right? The next thing is that it is easy access, because it's integrated with your existing broking account or broker account, right? If you have these 14 brokers, whatever you're investing in right now, all of these stocks, if you can go check your demat account, those stocks will be available there as well. And in case you do not have a demat account, you can open one on Moneyfy app, right? No separate account needed. Money is deducted from your existing trading account. Stocks are delivered directly to your demat account, and dividends are paid to your bank account. So all in all, you don't need a different ID password to remember. Whatever you're using for your existing broking account, the same thing will be applicable here. Right. So what I wanted to show you earlier is here again, a quick recap. On the Moneyfy app, on the homepage, you'll be able to see equity basket of stocks. And then you'll be brought to this page where you can see, you can read a little about what small cases are. Once you proceed, you'll be brought to this page where you can discover small cases, choose a broker that you want to invest with, and start investing. Right? So become a better investor, start with small cases on Moneyfy. Any questions you have right now, I'll be very happy to take them.
Yeah, hi Pavana. Thanks for explaining the full process in detail. We have few questions. I think the first question is, which the answer is yes, but I will still ask, is it required to have a demat account for investing in small cases?
Absolutely. So like I told, we have 14 brokers who we have tied up with. Any of those 14 brokers account you will require to invest in small cases.
So just to reiterate again, for people, if you have a account with any of these brokers, then you don't need another account. Yeah. If you don't have, then you will have to open in one of these brokers. And there are 14 brokers you are saying which are tied up. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the other question which most of our investors would be wanting to know is difference between small case and the mutual fund. How is it different? Because that's the basic understanding that people would like to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So mutual funds and small cases, again, there's apples to oranges comparison, right? Because mutual funds are managed by a manager, right? He will do it for you. You don't have to do anything. Versus small case is very DIY. You have complete control. You can invest, you can exit, you can manage, you can customize, right? Everything that you want to do with your money, with your investment, you can do that. And that said, mutual funds and small cases can and should coexist in a user's portfolio. There's, we're not saying that, if you have small case, you should not have a mutual fund, or if you have a mutual fund, you should not have a small case. It's all about, getting behind an idea. If there is an idea in small case that you're liking, which is probably not available on mutual funds today, then you can take benefit from that over here in small cases. A quick example would be, there are the sectors that you can invest in mutual funds are very regulated. There are probably 10-15 sectors that you can invest in a mutual fund, versus small cases, because it's a basket of stocks and ETFs. Anything that you want to invest in that are not available on mutual funds, you can take benefit, with small cases. I hope that answers the question.
Sure. So the other question that I have got is, how do we, so there are many small cases available on your platform.
Yeah.
For any investor to start, one is either he should know which theme he wants to play, or if the investor is not really aware about what to do, then how should we select, or which are some of the 2-3 main small cases which normally see a lot of traffic from your end?
Got it.
Please tell our investors today.
Sure. So, see, advising would be incorrect over here. It's a big, platform. There are a lot of different people who have different risk appetites, different goals, right? So I wouldn't advise any small case here. What I would say is, when you're exploring small cases, check out for your risk appetite. If you are looking for low risk small cases first, right, then there are labels on the small case where you can see what the volatility of it is, right? Start with low volatile small cases. And if you have a slightly higher risk appetite, then go for moderate ones. Or if you want to check out ETFs, which are, diversified within, right, that also will give you further, diversification benefits. Or say, if you want to check out other theme-based or objective-based, say, if you're looking for dividends, right, then we have a small case called Dividend Aristocrats, right? Or if you're, like I was showing you earlier, House of Tata, right? House of HDFC. So these are different small cases that are there. If you believe in that business or that group, right, then you can start investing in those, right? So again, all weather investing, equity and gold, all of these are really low volatile small cases that are available on Moneyfy today. These are, ideal for anyone, right? But again, I would suggest that please do not consider this as an advice. Please do your due diligence before investing in a small case.
So another point which people would want to know is, are there any charges, or is it, how is it charged?
Right. So on Moneyfy, right, because you have the option of investing with 14 different brokers, the charges that will be applicable will be different to each broker, right? So today, say for example, Zerodha charges 100 plus GST. Obviously, their brokerage, it's zero for delivery and some amount for intraday, right? So like this, different brokers have different charges. Again, the charge is one-time fee for investing in a small case, and only if you transact, you'll pay the brokerage, right? Again, depending on if it's a discount broker or a traditional broker. Other than that, there are no charges on small cases on Moneyfy today, right? So if I'm investing, say, with Zerodha, then I'm for the digital inclusion small case that I pay 100 plus 18 plus brokerage, because I did some intraday, changes as well on the same day, right? Versus if I'm doing with a different broker, say an HDFC or Motilal Oswal, there are no 100 plus GST charges. I'll only attract brokerage charges, right? Based on my base plan that I have chosen on HDFC or Motilal Oswal and so on and so forth. So I think checking out.
It depends on the
broker.
broker.
It depends on the broker. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, a lot of people invest in mutual fund through a SIP route. Okay, so is there a way to invest systematically in small cases as well?
So the first buy will have to be the entire amount, but then after that they can start SIP, right? Okay. So in mutual funds, you can start with SIP itself. You don't have to buy the entire unit, but here that's not the case. You'll have to buy the minimum investment amount that is suggested. That amount first you'll have to invest, and then start SIP later on.
So SIP also needs to be of that
no.
itself, or it could be
so
lower.
For example, digital inclusion, I invested 17,000, but my monthly SIP will come up to 5,000.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
And automatically allocation will accordingly happen within the small case.
And I have the right to increase it if I want to, right? And I can change the frequency as well. If I want to do a weekly instead of a monthly or a quarterly, I can do all of that.
Okay. So on rebalancing, again, we have one or two queries. So is there an option that automatic rebalancing happens, or necessarily it has to be approved in that sense?
Yes. So your approval is very important. We won't make any changes. We, as in Smallcase, as a platform product, will not make any changes to your portfolio without your express intent, right? So the research analyst will suggest his best, for the portfolio. Accepting it is up to you. So today, if you feel that you should be investing in this particular, you should be updating it today, then you can do so today. Or say tomorrow you have some money and you want to do it tomorrow, you can do that. Or you can completely choose to ignore the rebalance update as well. The complete control is with the user.
Okay. So in case somebody changes the allocation or adds a new stock or removes a stock, then also the rebalancing thing will work, will keep.
So managing, since I have subscribed to the original theme, the manager will continue to give me rebalance updates, because what I do with the investment later, that is to book profits or to cut losses, is up to me. And then when the manager sends rebalance updates, I can choose to accept it or customize it before rebalancing, and then do the rebalancing. Yeah.
Okay. There is another question which I am not able to clearly understand. It says, I opted for fee-based small case MI 20, 3 months. and currently it is running in negative, how do I recover my fees or switch to another small case?
This, I think, currently is not there on Moneyfy, right? The user has subscribed to a small case individually from the microsite, right? And again, it's stock market after all. There are going to be losses and there are going to be, rallies, peaks, right? So I think, again, it's your discretion how you want to move forward. This is not the right forum without understanding what your intent is or your goal is to advise anything, I think. Yeah.
But is there a switch? So somebody wants to switch between small cases. Is it possible, or we have to redeem it and then reinvest back?
Yeah. Redeem and reinvest. There is no way to switch per se, right? But definitely you should get in touch with Alok, I think, with their customer support team if you need any more help or advice on this.
Sure. Okay. Another question says, for SIP, we need to deposit the fund in our broker account. Can we give a standing instruction as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are a couple of brokers that take standing instructions, not all of them. Again, it depends on the capability that each broker has, right? So now HDFC, Kotak, Zerodha, you can do this. Auto SIPs are available, meaning you tell ki automatically this much money will get cut every month. We will, deduct that, because you have told us to automatically do SIPs. Versus other brokers who do not have this capability, you will have to, dock some money in the demat account so that the orders go through. You will get reminders, of course. There are reminders in place for you, which will be sent so that you have ample time to park some money in the account.
Okay. And in most of the broking accounts, if you buy a small case, it reflects as a small case, or individual holdings are reflected in a portfolio for a client?
Individual holdings, apart from Zerodha and Edelweiss, in these two brokers, there is a clear demarcation of small case only, as small case holdings, bifurcation. Others, it will reflect together along with all of their other investments.
So in case somebody has a stock holding which is part of small case, it doesn't matter. It doesn't create any issue in that sense.
No, it does not. But say, for example, by mistake, you have 5 of HUL and you have sold all 5 of them, which was originally part of a small case. Say 2 from the small case and 3 that you had originally bought. If you sell it, then there will be a little bit of a repair order that you may have to do, or reconcile your order with small case. You can get in touch with our support team. We will help you with that.
Okay. I think, Pavana, we have exhausted all the questions that we got. So thanks a lot for doing this session. It was good, insightful. I think a lot of people will start if they have not started for small case. So thanks a lot for joining today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me here.
And also, I would request people to download Moneyfy app. They can invest in small cases through the Moneyfy app. And also the link to download the app is given in the description below. And thanks a lot for joining, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well for more such insightful discussions going ahead. So thanks, Pavana, once again. Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.